Wolf Beta Lewis, your Godfather Wolf. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for stopping by. Here we at long last. It's been a minute. It's been a while. The Howling podcast back at you. And you can see the title. We're going to be talking about the coronavirus. My thoughts, my opinions. Working in the essential field. My experiences and a lot of other things we're going to talk about here. First off, let me address some things that I've been getting a lot of people messaging me. Commenting, a lot of people commenting on videos that I posted, or just asking me in general, hey Wolfman, when are you going to stream again? And the answer to that question, ladies and gentlemen, is at this point I really am not quite sure. I'm hoping to return to streaming a few days a week, maybe 2-3 days a week or so, to sometime around August. I'm hoping at the end of summer, beginning of fall. I'm hoping to return to that. So be on the lookout for that. Until then, we got some episodic videos coming at you. A lot of episodic series out there. We still have the NFL head coach, the New York Jets series every other Saturday. And we still have the MLB front office manager, the Washington Nationals series, which is in season number 2. We still have that coming at you every other Saturday as well. So those two alternate for those of you that don't know. We do have the great series that just started up called Craziness and Chaos for Grand Theft Auto 5. We do have the F-13 videos to post every now and again. I'm going to try to get back into posting some Dead by Daylight videos as well. A lot of other things that's coming at you. So just prepare yourself and be ready for the for those when they come to you. At least try to get them out at least every Monday through Friday, sometimes on Saturday. So just kind of watch them. Make sure you got that bell tapped. Make sure you become part of the notification squad. You know, not tap it, just bite into that bell icon. Become part of the notification squad. So let's get into the task at hand. Let's talk about the coronavirus and my experiences and my thoughts. So, as I said, beginning, I work in Essential. I work at Walmart. I push carts at Walmart. And you can laugh now all you want, but the fact is, I'd rather be doing that than be on the inside, because the inside is where it gets really bad. It's really hectic. You got people in there who are raiding a lot of aisles, toilet paper aisles. They're doing a lot of flying stuff off the shelf. We can't keep this. We can't keep that. And it's been that way ever since this pandemic started. And to be honest with you, I've had a lot of customers talk to me about. One guy says he thinks that this thing is all blown out, way out of portion. And he's thinking that, it's part of a government thing, more or less than anything else. He's thinking that the government is fueling everybody to go in this panic state, is what he told me. And, my personal opinion on this, you have a lot of things. A lot of people say, well, it started from some guy in China or whatever bit off the head of a bat. Okay, Ozzy Osbourne did that. He never had a coronavirus. But what it all boils down to, ladies and gentlemen, is there's a lot of opinions of how it started and how it spreads. And my heart goes out, my thoughts and prayers go out to the families of those that have lost a loved one or have lost someone near and dear to them because of the coronavirus. But to be honest with you, I really don't understand why people throw themselves up into a big panic. People should go about their lives, live their lives. If you don't have it, be thankful. Be thankful you don't have it. If you're in that situation where you know somebody who has it, pray for them. Keep them in your thoughts. Do what you got to do to, make sure that there is going to be a cure out there soon, I'm sure. And until then, you just make sure that you just distance yourself from those. Social distancing is not something that goes about. We're supposed to be limiting the amount of customers coming into our Walmart, and we got 500 people in there at one time, and the management just like, okay, 500 people in there at the same time. That's not safe social distancing, people. That's not. It really isn't. But it just boils down to the fact that some people say this is the act of God. This is God's way of testing America. Saying making people aware that there's something that's deadly out there that's, dropping people, killing people. But you can believe what you want to believe. But in my personal opinion, I just think that this thing it's just something that it happened. Just like the flu. The flu's out there every single year. Every single year, a lot of people died of the flu, but I think a lot of people died more of the coronavirus than did the flu. So they want people to wear face covering. CDC says people wear face covering. Okay, that's fine. But what I don't understand is people come out there with these gas masks on, if you will, like the masks like the firefighters wear and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, really, there is no excuse for wearing that kind of mask. I mean, I have to wear a mask, working, so I have to wear a mask when I'm inside the store. But when I'm outside the store, my mask comes off. My mask comes down below my chin, if you will, because I just I think that wearing a mask should be your choice. If you want to wear a mask, so be it. If you don't want to wear a mask, you don't have to wear a mask. But the country starts to get its way back. They start getting, we're starting to uh, we're starting to get back into the flow of things. I know here in my state of Indiana, we're starting to open up things now. We're starting to open up restaurants once again to a 30% capacity. We're starting to get back to normal, open up things. Businesses are starting to open up. Factories are starting to go back to work. Work in general for everybody, and we're starting to do whatever we got to do to get back to where we need to be. And I think it's a lot of people says, well, it's a little bit too soon. It's too soon. And how soon is too soon? You got to see what happens first. You got to go out there on a wing, or on a whim, and you got to be able to test it your own self. Be able to test what you can to actually get out there and see what happens. I mean, anybody's been quarantined or been panicking because of this whole pandemic, and they're like really beside themselves because that's all they think about. A lot of people, think about. You just gotta go on with your life because life is short, life is precious. Go out there and live your life. Do whatever you gotta do to seize the moment, seize the opportunity. If you have goals in life, still continue to work to those goals. And don't let anybody tell you different. Do what you want to do. Do what you feel you need to do. If you feel like you need to quarantine yourself or you feel like you need to distance yourself from people, do that. But don't question other people for some of the things that they may do. Now, if they come to you and they start spouting stuff at you and telling things that you need to do, then perhaps you need to say something about it, because I mean nobody's going to tell me, hey, you need to stay indoors. You don't need to do this, that, the other. You need to wear a face shield, or you need to do this, that. I mean, when I'm not at work, I'm going out without a face shield. I'm going out without a face covering because I do not need a face shield. I do not need to cover my face. Like I said, I am diabetic, so if I'm going to get this stuff, it's going to be on a high risk. The way I see it, if the Lord wants me to get it, I'm going to get it. That's just the way I see it. That's just the way, I look at it from my perspective. But I'm just at that point where I don't turn on the news anymore. I don't read papers. I mean, I haven't really read paper at all. I used to read papers for the sports sections back in the day, but now every major sports, like hockey and the Major League Baseball and the basketball, the NBA, and all that stuff, they're all halted. They're all stopped because of this whole pandemic, And I understand where they're coming from. I understand where their logic behind canceling the seasons or doing what they had to do to keep people safe, but at the same time, I just think that it really is. I don't know. It's really a thing that they do it for safety issues. I guess they do it for safety reasons. Um, but like I said, in all due respect, this country is getting back to where it needs to be. I think everything's getting back on, back to where we need it to be. And like I said, I work in essential. I work at Walmart, so I'm actually seeing things as they happen. And there's a lot of people out there who are who are still panicking today, who are uh, awful. And and it's like, Walmart's open, all these major essential stores like the Walmarts, the Krogers, the Myers, or whatever, a major uh, essential or major grocery type thing for you in your neck of the woods, whatever places you got that are major, like I said, a major uh, place, your major stores or whatever. But they working in essential is one of the most challenging, most frustrating things that you could ever imagine. And I'm speaking from experience. But in all due respect, people, love one another. Pray for those that around you who may be the elderly or somebody who may be sick in general, you may know that have the coronavirus. Pray for them. Keep them in your thoughts. And God bless each and every one of you, because, regardless if you believe or not, in all due respect, ladies and gentlemen, I do. And I'm not afraid to admit that. But the world where it needs to be. There's no reason why the world can't go back to the way it was. It may take a little bit, but it's going to go back to where it needs to be. And as I said at the top of this podcast, the streaming aspect for yours truly is going to come. It's going to happen. But until then, enjoy the episodic things that go on. And I hope everybody stays safe. And I hope everybody continues to do your thing and accomplish your goals in life. And whatever you have to do. This has been the Wolfman Lewis, your Godfather Wolf. Thanks for joining me for the Howling Mood podcast. I am out.